Our report for Q3 showed that new vehicle price inflation softened from 6.91% to 6.58%, whilst used cars softened from 1.53% to 1.44%. In the same time, the ratio of new to used vehicles financed also increased from 1.81% to 1.83%. That is one new vehicle for every 1.83 used vehicles sold and financed in the market. With household debt rising, consumers still aspire to buy new vehicles, but they simply can't afford it. And it's a better option for them than to consider buying used vehicles, maybe with more mileage and more extras. And that is why we've seen the shift from new to used in the last quarter again.
I think the figures as reported is very reflective of what's happening in the market, with overall demand for both new and used cars softening in terms of sales numbers. The numbers are starting to show that consumers are buying down buying down in the new market. So we're seeing the A entry level segments actually showing some growth in new vehicle sales, but the bigger segments, the medium and large and luxury vehicles, starting to soften. So customers are buying down in the new vehicle market, and what we're also seeing is that customers are exiting the new vehicle market, and demand is starting to shift towards the used vehicle market, as you guys have stated, that the used to new ratio has moved from 1.81 to 1.83%.
With the weakening of the rand in Q3, we've seen that manufacturers were forced to effect price increases that were well above that of inflation. Some of the manufacturers are trying to contain that increases, but at some point they need to pass it on to the consumer. We've also seen that NAAMSA sales were down 8.6% year on year as a result of vehicle sales decline.
We're observing customers or corporate clients holding on to their assets and not replacing them. So they're rather opting to spend more on maintaining their assets than replacing them. And that is a result of low confidence levels in the corporate environment. It's also reflected by RMB's BER Business Confidence Index, which is showing that confidence levels in the corporate sector is in the negative territories at the moment, and has been for quite a while. And even though corporates are well capitalized and profitable, the sentiment is not there for them to invest in replacing their assets.
Consumers will continue to shop for the best value deal out in the market. Therefore, marketing and sales incentives from manufacturers and dealers are essential to stimulate vehicle sales. I think the question remains, for how long can manufacturers provide this assistance, and what will happen if they actually stop it?
We've seen that the replacement cycle for both new and used cars remains firmly at about 36 months, although over the past 12 to 18 months, the replacement cycle on used cars have moved from about 32 months to 36 months. Now, in the new car market, you have the dealer incentives and the trade-in assistance, which helps customers to trade out of their cars sooner. However, in the used car market, you don't have those trade-in assistance, and for the customer to reach the break-even point where the deal just naturally amortizes, where the settlement is in line with the trade-in value of the car, the customer just needs to hold on to the car until it reaches that point. So as customers are financing cars over longer terms, currently for both new and used standing at 69 months, the used car market is going to have to adjust in relation to the longer finance terms, in terms of extending the replacement cycle.
Vehicle sales will remain soft in 2016, which is reflective of the overall weakness in the economy, together with a forecast of subdued growth in GDP.